Hey, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you some digital scouting techniques and giving you access to a few critical tools that are going to help you make more sales in less time by leveraging technology, some paid resources and some free resources, including some mobile apps that are going to help you make more money in less time. Hey, my name's Adam, the Strategist, and I help salespeople and teams just like you reach peak performance, have fun doing it, but most importantly, to smash your income goals and to get those resources, information, training in your hands so you can make it happen as quick as possible. Hey, this video is brought to you in part by the community because it was through two of these apps that were shared to me by other members, actually one of the apps from a member of this community. And the first technique I'm going to be teaching you using Zillow data was shared to me by a member of the channel. And I found some other ways to use it, and I want to share that with you to help you with that digital scouting efforts, because it's not all the time that you can get out in the field, get your eyes in neighborhoods. So I want to put this information in your hand. And if you're listening to the podcast, this is a great episode that you're going to want to jump on your computer and watch it on YouTube. And by the way, if you haven't jumped onto the podcast, check it out. All these videos are also available on the podcast to stream while you listen, listen while you drive. Let's jump right in. So I want to teach you right now how to use Zillow. So free data on Zillow to find ideal neighborhoods to work. Okay. This is especially important for a few different scenarios. One is end of season or old hailstorms. Okay. Two, when everything else has been quote unquote gobbled up, everyone's working with a contractor or all the work is supposedly spoken for, or most importantly, at the beginning of a hail season before a new storm, or after most of that stuff's kind of been eaten up, so to speak. So jump onto Zillow. I'm showing you just the search area, Denver area specifically. All right. I'm going to leave my price wide open, leave bed and baths open, just select that I'm searching for houses. This button here, when you see the more button, I can search by year built, and I want to walk you through why you might want to do this. Let's say a home built in 2000 has a roof that is now 20 years old. It's probably going to be needing replacement. So on the retail side, we're good. And on the hail side, we know, hey, those roofs that are older are also more prone and susceptible to hail damage. We've all seen it. 1-inch hail might obliterate a roof that is 20 years old, but it might do nothing to a brand new roof. So this is why we want to search by age, but I'm going to break it down right now to 1970. Now, why 1970? Because there's about 2 roof cycles in this. I know Denver has a lot of hail, but let's say people haven't touched it yet. I'm now on the second roof, so to speak, for that house, at least, or nearing that time. The other thing is for those of you who have aluminum siding in your markets, northern markets like Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, those markets, aluminum siding is really great. There's great numbers in it. The insurance has to pay for it if it's black and white, right? A ding is a ding is a ding. So we know if there is a home built in the 70s, it's weathered a tremendous amount of hailstorms, chances are there's hail damage on there. And you can work that by running your spotlight. So, if you run a spotlight down, and I'm just going to use my phone light for a second, but if you run a light down, oops, it didn't turn on, down the siding of a home, any little deviation you can see will cast a shadow. And hail is black or white. Is it there or is it not? So when you find these areas, even on gutters and downspouts, and you can do your inspection and find that all you need is the closest hail date. And with that hail date and that new hail, you're kind of essentially opening that opportunity up for the homeowner, because there's hail damage and there's probably all other damage in there in that area as well. So for this example, I'm going to go year built 1970. When I click done, you'll see I searched by recently sold as opposed to for sale, just because there's more homes there and it's pulling in all that data. So if I click one, like let's say, where was the one I just looked at before this? This house is perfect. So see it in this picture. This is an older ranch style home. That's going to tell me what? So Adam, why do I care about this one home? No, it ain't that one home. It's the fact that the entire neighborhood around there was likely developed around the same time. And it will tell me when this house was built. If I click on home details down here. So you're built in 1959. So that neighborhood is likely going to be older. All right. Same thing if I look at this one. Here we got another ranch style older home. So now I'm like, okay, older neighborhood, probably some older roofs. And you can literally sit here and start scouring neighborhoods to see, here's one in Arvada. Look at that. That might even be some aluminum siding right there. It sure looks like it. So boom, now I know, this neighborhood on home details was built in the 60s. So I can take this one step further and pull up either interactive hail maps, or it looks like Hailstrike has this either coming soon. Frankly, I don't have as much experience with Hailstrike, but I've heard good things. But Hail History on Demand, that when I type in, because I know you can do this in interactive hail maps, when I type in this address, on Alta Vista, I'm going to get a report of historical hail data at that property. So even if I have a smaller hail date, 3/4 inch hail, 1 inch hail, but I see hail from in the past, I'm going to know, there's a good chance that that this home's been through some stuff, and I need that recent date to look for some fresh stuff to kind of open it up, and that's going to help in our favor. So again, I did get a question from someone, our insurance company sticklers on old and new? At times they can. Every adjuster is different. If the aluminum siding has oxidation over it, they're going to say it's old. But if there's some clean marks and stuff on there, it's a no-brainer. It doesn't matter if, all you need is a few, because if a few pieces are damaged, you can't repair aluminum. You pull it away, it's going to be damaged. You can't replace it. So anyway, that's why they cover aluminum. The numbers are great. Same thing will for a roof. You have a 30-year-old roof. That roof might have gone through a few hailstorms, and you have the most recent hailstorm that's going to further damage it. And now you have like a whole new claim with case already kind of in your back pocket, almost like if you had a scratch on your bumper and then someone rear ends you, like, it's going to get covered over the last incident. That's just how it works. So now, using this information paired with interactive hail maps or hail strike, whatever hail program you use, if you can enter in that property address to pull the historical data, now you know that this home that was built in the 60s, the surrounding homes are going to be like it, just the same as if I change this, which I wouldn't want to do. But let's say I say year built minimum 2015. Check this out. Boom. Now all of a sudden, of course, this plan backfires as I'm recording. There's a lot less out there. This is for sale. Let's see if this is even accurate. It might not have worked in our favor. Yeah, that home was not built in 2015, but you get the idea. Data has its fallacies. They did a nice job in this kitchen. So what you'll find is, by using that, you can start locating the right neighborhoods, because this one right here, like if I found this house and I'm going to look in this neighborhood, chances are this street right here that I'm looking at and the street view, this is all newer construction, newer developments. Okay. So you can see it's going to help you pinpoint where you should be. All right. So that is how you can use Zillow to do some digital scouting. Now I want to leave you with a few more tools that have been shared with me. I have been using OnX Hunt, and I want to show you how you can use OnX Hunt and Land Glide, or an app called Hunt Stand. So there's your 3 apps. I'm going to close everything else here so we can just focus on what's important to get this information, to find homeowner name and info. That way, when you're canvassing, when you're using your direct mail letters that I have available both in the marketing battle pack and your complete sales strategy, there's a link to both of those in this video description. If you're on mobile, it's the black little triangle. Now, these tools are fantastic. So when you do address your personal direct mail, you can use the homeowner's name. So I have Landglide pulled up on my phone. Now, I am not affiliated with any of these programs that I've shared with you. I do not get kickbacks. I'm trying to put this in your hands to help you make more money. So here's Landglide. You can see, let me stop sharing my screen and you can see my beautiful face. All right, so all I need to do is, there's the thing, right? I can click on any house, boom, and there's the info. It says the owner's name and their address right there. Okay, so easy, 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 piece of cake. Let me kill my search here. Here's another one, and there's the address and the homeowner's name. So I can go ahead and send my direct mail to that homeowner. I can also use that if I'm cold calling, or if I'm following up, or even a letter left at the door. So that's how you can use Landglide. And again, Landglide appears to be about $10 a month. I've not paid for the service yet. I'm using that free. What I have paid for is OnX. This is a hunting app, but it's $30 for the entire year versus $9 per month. So OnX Hunting, $30 for an entire year. And the private land data is in there. So you can see I can scroll in. It starts giving me a preview. And by the way, if a house is in like a trust, the rental properties. So let's see, I'm going to click on this one and bingo, private owner, the owner's name and their tax address. And the tax address can be helpful because if you are using, let's say, a rental property like this guy, this is a trust, but the tax address is different. Okay, the tax address is different than the property address. So if I wanted a direct mail on that property, I now know the owner's name and I can pull the tax address and send it to him or her, all right, directly. So it's a great thing to use for commercial property as well. Now, the last program, which I'm going to share my screen again, the last app is called Hunt Stand. Now, the free trial for this is awesome. I was in between Hunt Stand and OnX. The Hunt Stand is a little bit cheaper and it does have the same tools. So what I hope you learned from this video is to maximize your efforts. You need to be efficient with your time. You need to find the right neighborhood and get into that right neighborhood at the right time. Use what you just learned to do digital scouting. And you can even pair it, by the way, once you get into a neighborhood, drive around, quote unquote, if you're listening to the podcast, using Street View, because with Street View, you can literally just start taking a look at all the houses. And that way, you know, it's not just one home before you drive out there that was built in 1970, it's all of them. So you can start getting really clear by cross-referencing that data with the hail history at that address for on interactive hail maps or hail recon or whatever hail map software you're using. And then the next thing is to pinpoint your efforts for your direct mail to make them more personal, to get them open, and then for the letters that you even leave at the door. And imagine this, if you, I talk about leaving those letters at the door, carry a blue pen, all right? Here's my favorite blue pen. I custom ordered this from this company called Tactile Turn. I love it. It's real brass, and it's just sharp. Anyway, makes me feel like an all-star. So I use this pen. It writes in blue. This is actually the exact pen that hand-signed all the thank you letters that went out to everyone who jumped in on your complete sales strategy. But I digress. So you can even write down like attention, and then write their name. You can even say, hey, so-and-so, and put their name on there. Do people think it can be creepy? Some can, but you can also say, listen, I pride myself on personal service. And personal service starts with knowing your name. And luckily, this is all, you know, public record. And I take the time that it takes to have personal service. So dear Peggy, dear Mark, Sally, whatever it is. So you can even personalize it to really pique their curiosity using those tools. Hey, listen, I hope this helped. Just because you watch this video doesn't mean our time here has to end. So I'm going to put a playlist on using direct mail, which is a great strategy to start generating leads for yourself, to maximize your door-to-door efforts using multi-touch marketing and to fly under the radar. If you don't or can't be outdoor knocking, this is great for no soliciting neighborhoods, areas that have been knocked to death. So you can use direct mail to do that. And this playlist right here is going to show you how to do that. I will see you in the next playlist. But before we go, if you haven't done it, get a free copy of my Pitch Like a Pro roofing sales training video library. There's a link in the description. Enter your email, you'll get access to all my videos I've ever done, organized by category for reference at any time. Now, jump into this playlist to learn how to make more sales using direct mail, and I will see you on the next video.